This video is going to be one of the toughest pills to swallow that I've ever posted on YouTube. Because when I was 18, I almost died. I literally almost died. I'm not even making this up. And what this made me realize is that death should always be on your mind. And before you're like, Alex, like, whoa, like, why would you say such a thing? Like, it actually should always be on your mind, because if I never had that experience, I would not be living life the same as I do now. I would not be happy, joyful, and everything that I do. I would not be this person that I am today, because I literally almost died when I was 18. Having a near-death experience with a heat stroke in Mexico made me appreciate life in a way that I've never did before. See, we think we have so much time on this earth, and because we think we have so much time, we have an abundance of it. And since we think we have an abundance of it, it has no value for us, because anything in abundance has no value, as I've said before on my channel. And so when you have an experience like this where death is literally on your shoulder, its hand is literally on your shoulder saying, Alex, like, it is your time. Until you have a moment like that, you don't even really appreciate life. You can't even talk. And so what I want to share is what this experience taught me and the whole thing as a whole. And so essentially, I'm going to explain how it unfolded. So I was with my family on a trip to Mexico, right? It should have just been like a very nice, like, beautiful, like, quality, like, family vacation. And we were in Cabo San Lucas, like one of the most popular, like, tourist destinations. And my dad got us a really cool place, and he said it was a good deal as well, because it was a new development. So we were like one of the only people. There was not many people at this resort. It was just like a brand new resort. We were one of the only people there. And so it started off as a great vacation, you know, walking on the beach and just seeing the beautiful turquoise water with the beautiful sand behind it. And it was going well. And me being the person I am, I'm like, Mom, is there any chance I could go to the gym? And she's like, no. And I'm like, please. Because I like, when I'm on vacation, I still want to stick to the gym and get my workouts in. And my parents sometimes don't understand. And like, of course, I get their point of view. But I was like, Mom, like, please, can I go to the gym? And she's like, yeah, like, fine, we'll take you. And so the next day we embarked on like a 20-25 minute drive, because this resort we were at was like very remote, very excluded from Cabo San Lucas as a city, and just like society as a whole. It was like remote. It was really cool. And so we're going to this gym called Baja Fitness. If you've ever been to Cabo, like, you probably know this one, because it's like the only like decent gym there. And so I had a great workout. I think I hit back, did some rows, some pull downs, just some normal stuff, and it was all going well until a few hours later. And so after we went to the grocery store, we went to the pool, I was getting some sun, I just felt good, like I got a good workout, I was feeling good, and I was just drinking water the whole day. Essentially, a few hours later when I was going to dinner, I started to feel something. I started to get chills, and I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't pinpoint it. I couldn't tell you what it was that was wrong. And so we're going to dinner on this terrace overlooking the Gulf of Mexico, this beautiful view, like one of the most gorgeous views I've seen in my entire life. And at dinner, I start just like getting cold, and my muscles start spazzing a little bit, and I'm just like, I don't know what's wrong, but it's gonna be okay. Like, I'm drinking water, I'm eating some good food, it should be okay. As we're heading home, I'm like, Mom, I need to like lie down like right now. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I need to lie down right now. So we're like kind of almost sprinting home down this like steep hill into the bed, and like, I literally kid you not, I get into my room, get on my bed, and my whole body just like has a mind of its own. My whole muscles start spazzing. Like, I cannot control an ounce of my body. I'm shivering, but I'm sweating. I'm super hot on the touch, but I'm just freezing on the inside. And it was like, I did not know what was going to happen. I could not control an ounce of my body. My mom rightfully was losing her shit. My sister was like, are you okay? My dad was like surprised, because he'd never seen anything like this too. And so we didn't know what to do. We called the doctor. My grandfather's a doctor. We called the local doctor as well. They essentially sent someone over. They like injected something in my ass to like calm me down, because I was just literally for an hour upon it, I was literally just like, my whole body was like this. It was horrible. And so what the doctor said was that you literally just had a heat stroke and you could have died. Like, you were living on thin ice. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I was really close to that. Like, I could have, in a different scenario, I'm not here today. And the reason why that happened, you're probably like, Alex, like, what happened? You were drinking water. Because I was drinking so much water, but also losing so much water through sweat, and losing salt and electrolytes, my body was losing even more salts because I was flushing more water into my system. And so I was basically dehydrated, and I needed like Gatorade, needed some like electrolytes, which I didn't have. I was drinking water, and I've learned my lesson. But literally that led to a week-long recovery where I literally did not eat anything. I just drank Pedialytes the entire time because my stomach hurt and I felt like crap. It was a whole trip that I just spent in bed watching YouTube, and even that was hard. Like, you don't even realize how hard it was, because you're hearing this and I'm fine today, but I literally like wanted to just give up on life because it was that painful. The whole trip was obviously ruined, and it was horrible. Like, flying back home a week later after that was like really hard. I did not know if I could do it because my head was hurting, it was throbbing, I was still cold, and was horrible. And that's when I realized like death should always be on my mind, because even though that experience was absolutely horrible and I would not wish that on any of my subscribers or any of my friends or people in my life, but that moment actually taught me to enjoy life, because I realized like life can be over in the blink of an eye. And if you can't appreciate like life, the little things in life, sometimes you need an experience like that to remind you that life does not go as long as we often wish it would. Because think of it this way, there's like 80-year-old people who are literally about to die, and death is literally knocking on their door saying, hey, like, I'm sorry, your time is up. And those people are trying to barricade the door saying, no, like, please, like, I need to say goodbye to my loved ones and tell that person one more time I appreciate them. But for those people, it's like, that's not an option. Death just comes. And so I want you to like really take this video and use death as a motivator to enjoy life to the fullest, to live life to the fullest. I know for me, it's like a reason to like work my ass off in everything that I do and just try my best and be full in my intentions and just try to be as good person as possible. We're only on earth for 100 years or so. Literally in 100 years, I'll be nothing but dust. But in that time period, why would I not try my absolute best and try to max out my NBA 2K player to a 99 overall who can literally dominate any field of competition, is just like happy because he's like done that himself. The moral of the story is that you gotta realize like all this stuff you have right now could be gone in an instant. There's a certain book by Kapil Gupta that has like a picture of the Himalayas on the front, and this is one of the most rich books I've ever read, and it has 2 or 3 chapters where he explains like death should always be on your mind. And that's kind of initially where it sparked, and then I had that connection drawn from that. The number of breaths that you and have are limited. They're not increasing, they're getting like less every single breath that we take, and it's not like it's quick, but it's just progressively like it is getting worse. And you can live a healthy life, eat good, sleep good, and like your life will be longer, but we can't just add 10,000 breaths to our life when we want to. It's like the number is fixed. So why would you not live your life to the fullest and really just notice that you might not have this chance again in your life? You might not have this opportunity. So why would you not take that risk and lose the chance? Because it could all be over in the blink of an eye. And I literally had an experience where death was literally had its hand on my shoulder saying, Alex, your time is now. And somehow I got out of that. Somehow like a miracle, like somehow I had a miracle where I don't even know how I am still here today, but that experience made me just appreciate everything. Literally appreciate everything. The sunshine shining through the car as I sit on traffic, my mom giving me a call, or that random person texting me who I haven't seen in a while. Because you'll have a reason to be upset soon enough, and there's nothing wrong today. Like, realize that there's nothing wrong today. You will have a reason, a challenge, something to be upset soon enough. So like, why would you not enjoy today? Enjoy the process. Right now where you're at, you might think you wish you had more, you wish you had a lot of money and stuff, but like if you're young, if you have health and you still have your family, like that is true wealth that a lot of people in this world don't have, and would rather get rid of their $1 billion house and car and all that stuff that they have just to have health, their family, and just, you know, that opportunity that you have right now. And so death should always be on your mind, bro. Not in a negative manner, but like think about that. Like spend some time thinking about that. Your time is literally limited. Your breaths are running out. And so yeah, man, that can be the reason you go crazy and enjoy life like it's your last, because it is. Or you can, you know, sit in your room and just be depressed because your time is running out. But that's a choice that you gotta make. And for me, like that experience taught me what choice I'm going to make and live out the rest of my life. So appreciate you watching. Have a great day. Head up, keep pushing.